Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and we are continuing with amines, chemical reactions. In the previous videos I have discussed about their preparation methods, so please do that well. And in today's session we are beginning with the chemical reactions. Now what are amines? We know that there are three types of amines we have discussed: 1 degree, 2 degree or 3 degree amines. If I am talking about a 1 degree amine, I have 2 hydrogens here and 1 alkyl radical. There is one lone pair present, of course. And if it is a 2 degree, there are 2 R's, 1 lone pair, 1 H. And if it is a 3 degree, all 3 are R's, alkyl radicals. So that means in ammonia, if there is 1 hydrogen replaced by alkyl, it is 1 degree. If 2 hydrogens are replaced by alkyl, 2 degree. And if 3 of them are replaced by alkyl, it is 3 degree. Now, due to the presence of this lone pair of electron, on the amines, they will act as a base. Okay, so first we are talking about is the basic nature of amines. So that means this lone pair of electron can be donated. In a way, we can say that they are behaving as a Lewis base. What is a Lewis base we have studied? Lewis base is a electron pair donor. I told you BED. Base is a electron pair donor. So they can donate the electron pair readily. At the same time, you can also say that due to the presence of the lone pair, they are behaving as nucleophiles. So what we can say is that due to the presence of the lone pair of electrons, the amines can either behave as a Lewis base, that means they are basic in nature, or they can act as a nucleophile. Okay, now first we are beginning with the basic nature. How can we say they are basic in nature? Suppose I am considering this primary amine, RNH2, right? And if it is treated with some mineral acid means say HCl, HBr, H, I have written just HX. So what will this do? This is having a lone pair. So this lone pair of the electron can be given to this H. Because of the difference in the electronegativity over here, this will be having a negative and this will be having a positive charge. So this H will go and get attached here. This would be a reversible reaction, RNH3 plus and X minus. That means in this you are getting a salt. So in this ammonia, this 1 degree amine is acting as a base. This is acting as an acid, and acid and base are reacting to form salt. Fine. Now, what we can do is we can apply the same thing to the aromatic amines also. So in case I am taking, say, aromatic amine, that is aniline, ARNH2, this is aniline. Okay. So aniline also has a lone pair of electron on N. So if we treat this with HCl, what you will get is this will be a reversible reaction, and what you will get is this H will get attached to this N through that lone pair. It will form RNH3 plus now, because this nitrogen has 4 bonds, and you will have here Cl minus. So what you are having here, the product form, that is called as anilinium chloride. What is this called, children? It is anilinium chloride. Fine. Now, what further we will discuss is these salts which we have considered, these amine salts. Say for example RNH3X. Okay, this is positive, this is minus. Okay, when this is treated with a base say NaOH. Right. So when this is treated with a base, it will regenerate the primary amine. How will it regenerate? You know, here there is Na and this X. Na has an ability. This is positive, this is negative. So this will react with it and will come out as NaX. Fine. Now this OH minus will have a tendency to pull the H from here. That means you will have water formed, and you will get back RNH2. That means what we have obtained? We have obtained a primary amine. Now, these amines, that is say RNH2, because it is having a lone pair of electron on nitrogen, also has a tendency to react with water. Okay, so in this also it is giving the lone pair of electron to H, because water is having H plus and OH minus. So one of the H goes here. That means what will it form? It will form RNH3 plus it is liberating OH minus. So in a way it is giving out OH minus. When it is giving out OH minus, what we can say is by this reaction that amine is basic in nature. It is basic in nature. Now, we can also express this in terms of the Kb values or the pKb values. A reversible reaction, what we can do is we will apply law of mass action, what we have studied in class 11. Okay, so we will write here constant K. Okay, so what will be K equal to? Concentration of these products. That means RNH3 plus, and put it in the bracket, this is the OH minus concentration, divided by what you have is the concentration of RNH2, right? And water concentration you may write, but water concentration we can omit also because it is taken as 1. If not, in the next step what you can do is take this concentration of water on the left hand side, write it as K into concentration of water, that is equal to RNH3 positive here into OH minus divided by RNH2. So what exactly has happened is we are trying to come to that Kb formula. We are trying to come to that Kb formula. What is this represented as? This is represented as Kb. This is represented as Kb. So what is Kb, children? Kb is equal to concentration of this salt RNH3 plus OH minus by amine. In a way, we can say that if the concentration of OH minus ion is more, the Kb value will be more. If this concentration is more, the Kb value will be more. We can say that amine is more basic in nature. It will be more basic in nature. Very, very important. You can be asked to compare with respect to the Kb or the pKb values. Fine. Now, the same thing, if we want to represent, let me just take it here. We can represent this in terms of pKb. What is pKb, children? pKb is equal to minus log of Kb. So what we can see here in terms of this only, more the concentration of OH, more is the Kb value. So in terms of pKb, we will say lesser will be the pKb value. Lesser will be the pKb value. Is this point clear? That means if you have some acids given and you have some compounds given, some amines given, and if pKb value is higher, we will say it will be less basic. Lower the pKb, more will be the basic nature. That means to have more basic nature, you should have these three conditions. To have more basic nature of the amines, OH concentration should be more, Kb value should be more, or the pKb value should be less. Fine till here? Now we are moving on to very, very important part where you are asked to compare the basic nature of, say, ammonia. I am drawing the lone pair of electron and I am talking here, let it be only RNH2, or I am talking about, say, alkyl amine, any alkyl amine as of now, and I am talking also about aryl amine, which will be most basic and why. So what will you write? If you compare their structures are something like this. This is this is nitrogen. Nitrogen is having three hydrogens here, and one lone pair of electron on nitrogen. Yeah? This is ammonia, and in primary amine you have one R, you have this H, you have this H, and you have one lone pair of electron on N. And what do you have in aryl? You have N, you have this as H, you have this as H, and here what you have? You have a ring. Okay, I've just drawn the ring this way. There is one lone pair of electron on N. So what will be the basic nature? If you number them as, say, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So if you apply, whatever effects we study in class 11, what you will find is 2 is most basic. 2 will be most basic. Then what you have is 1. And the least basic would be 3. Arylamine. This will be least basic. Reason? In this, there is alkyl group. Alkyl group means there is inductive effect. There is positive I effect, plus I effect. So due to positive inductive effect, it is going to push electrons more towards nitrogen. More the electrons towards nitrogen, more the electron density, more basic it is. In this, there is no alkyl group present. So it will be less basic. And what about this arylamine? There will be resonance in it. This lone pair will shift here. This will go further. You can draw all the resonating structures of this aniline. When you draw the resonating structures, you will find that the lone pair of the electron doesn't remain on nitrogen. It is resonating on the ring. When it is resonating, it is not available here. So it has to be least basic. So in case you're asked to compare for alkylamine, this is alkylamine, actually any alkyl, alkylamine, or it is arylamine, or you are talking about ammonia, then you will find alkyl is most basic, then comes ammonia, then is aryl. Now, in case they are talking only about arylamine, that means different types of alkylamines, say 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree amines, then what? Let us consider that. Say they are talking about 1 degree, 2 degree or 3 degree amines, say RNH2 I'm writing here, there is one lone pair, or you are writing here there are 2 R's on it, that is 2 degree amine, or you are having all alkyl groups present on N. Then if you are comparing their basic nature, then what? In this, there are certain things to be kept in mind. You need to see that the question what they are asking is in gas phase. Are they asking in the gas phase, or they are talking about the aqueous medium? Because if they talk about gas or the aqueous medium, then the answer will be different. Now let us consider in the gas phase first. Now in gas phase, there is only one effect that is applicable, that is positive I effect plus inductive effect. Now what is this effect saying? Positive inductive effect says more the alkyl groups, more will be the electron pushing towards nitrogen, more will be the basic nature. So if that is the criteria, in gas phase, if we are considering, we will say that 3 degree is most basic, then comes 2 degree, and then is 1 degree. If we are talking only about 3 different types of amines, then right. So there are 2 more effects we have to discuss, but those 2, effects, let us consider those effects, then I will explain. The second effect that is applicable is the solvation effect. Now what is that solvation effect? Solvation, as the name itself says, it is something related to solvent. So solvation effect will not be applicable in the gas phase. It will not be applicable in the gas phase. So what is solvation effect? That means those amine which you are considering, say if I am talking about RNH2, that is say 1 degree amine, if you put this in water, what it does is it takes this H from here. As I told you earlier, it will result in the formation of RNH3 plus and will liberate OH minus. That means it is forming RNH3 plus, it is forming a ion. Okay, now what happens to this further is it is RNH3 plus. I'm just opening this up and writing. Now what happens in this is this particular ion which is formed can be solvated to greater extent. Why this can be solvated to the greater extent? Because there are 3 hydrogens present here. So 3 water molecules can surround. There can be one more water molecule. Through this it can get solvated. There can be one more water molecule. That means this ion which is obtained from 1 degree amine is solvated to greater extent. There are 3 water molecules which can surround. In case this ion was obtained from 2 degree, then what would have been the case? It would have formed N. There would have been 1 R, 1 more R, 1 hydrogen here, 1 hydrogen here, and positive. That means there are only 2 hydrogens available. That means the solvation can be only through this. The solvation can be only through this. There are only 2 water molecules which can surround. More the solvation, more will be the stability of that particular ion. More the solvation, more the stability of that ion. Let me draw for the tertiary also. If it is tertiary, then what? Then the ion would have been N, R, 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 1 H. So only 1 H would have been possible in that case. That means only 1 water molecule would have surrounded this. That means the hydration would have been least. The one that is most solvated, that is 1 degree ion. The ion which was obtained by 1 degree. More the hydration, more the solvation, more is the stability. This has undergone solvation to the greater extent. This is most stable. And most stable, stability is most here. Most the stability means we will say that it is most basic also. Then this one, there are 2 water molecules only. The hydration is lesser in this case. So stability wise, this is first, then it is 2 degree, then it is 3 degree. So this is the order for the stability. So obviously the solvation also, the order is the same. Yeah, 1 degree is most solvated. So likewise, if you are comparing in only the solvation effect, this was the one possibility we discussed. As per the inductive effect, this was the order of the basic nature. As per the solvation effect, what is the order? 1 degree is most basic, then comes 2 degree, and then comes 3 degree. But this solvation effect was not applicable in the gas phase, because there was no water. In the gas phase, there was no water. So in the gas phase, if you are asked to arrange any of the amines in the increasing order of the basic nature, you will say 3 degree is most basic, then 2 degree, and then 1 degree is the least. But in case they are asking in the aqueous medium, there will be 3 different effects. One is inductive, that is always there. Second is solvation. And the third one also I will be talking about, that is, I am writing here down. The third effect that is applicable is hindrance, the steric hindrance. Steric hindrance means, say if I consider this one, primary amine, there is only 1 alkyl. There are 2 alkyls in 2 degree. There are 3 alkyls in 3 degree. So that they are, occupying more space. Hindrance wise, if you are checking, there is more hindrance in 3 degree. More hindrance means the availability of the lone pair should be less as per the steric hindrance concept. So if we are applying the inductive effect, this is the order for the basic nature. If you are applying solvation effect, this is the order for the basic nature. But if you are talking about the steric hindrance, then also you have the same order. 3 degree will be least, 2 degree will be then, and 1 degree will be most. Right? So for gas phase, undoubtedly that is the order. And in case you are asked to write down the order, you will have to check what is the R value. You will say it is the sum of all inductive, solvation, and the hindrance part. So how are you going to write down the order in that case? If that R, the alkyl radical, is ethyl, if it is ethyl, then the order is, let me write down here, ethyl, that is 2 degree, and then it is ethyl, that is 3 degree, then it is 1 degree, C2H5 NH2, and of course ammonia will be least, right? So what is the way you are learning? If it is ethyl radical they are talking about, the order is 2, 3, 1. That means 2 degree is most basic, 3 degree, and then 1 degree. Clear? Because you are applying all three factors, putting together. What is this order? This is the order when we are talking about in the aqueous medium, in the aqueous solution. You will put together which three effects you are putting together? Inductive effect, solvation effect, and steric hindrance. Putting all together, the order comes out to be this. 3 degree is in between, maximum is 2 degree, and least is 1 degree. Now, suppose I am saying the R value is methyl. R is methyl. Then what is the order? 2 degree is maximum, but for methyl 1 is, for that is 1 degree, and the 3 degree becomes least. 3 degree becomes the least, and of course ammonia will be the last one for them. Is it fine till here? Yes. And alkyl and aryl already I have discussed with you. Is it clear, children? So in today's session we have discussed about the basic nature of amines with respect to each other, that is 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and also with ammonia or aryl amines we have discussed. So learn them well, practice it well, revise it, and in the upcoming sessions we'll be discussing about the remaining chemical properties of amines. Thank you for watching.